Hey everyone, it's me, Speed Force Legends, and if you're wondering why my voice sounds different, that's because this time I'm finally doing it, a voice reveal. And yes, this is my real voice, or at least how I sound according to this recording and whatever. Oh well, I only disguised it because I was worried people were gonna, recognize me and all that weird stuff, but I don't want to talk about that. Although, another reason why I decided to do that, I don't really know why it would matter. All YouTubers pretty much do it at this point. And main reason is because people like Darth Bully McGuire and Under the Ketchup have gotten annoyed of it. So, if you prefer my real voice, thanks a lot. So, now, let's just get to this video. And today, I'm going to be talking about why Superman and Lois is the future of the Arrowverse. Now, you know I've not made a video about this show in a long time. And if you've been keeping track with my new Flash videos, you'll know that Season 7 is really starting to fall apart. And not only is this about the Flash, this is about the entire Arrowverse here. Since, well, Stargirl isn't really on right now, but I heard it was a good show. Black Lightning ended, and I haven't seen the two yet, but RBS-34 recommends me to see it, and I plan to watch the first episode of both shows. Really, because I don't really care to watch a whole season or a whole show or anything like that, unless if it's Arrow or something like that. But I'm only watching on those episodes to really do a ranking on the shows, like RBS-34 said. For watching this, yes, I do plan to make it eventually. Anyway, that's not the point. Now, let's talk about the other shows before we talk about Superman and Lois. Let's start off with Arrow. It's ended since last year, and unfortunately, since then, the Arrowverse really started falling apart. Because all of the other Arrowverse seasons that were currently airing at the time got cut short, and that's such a shame. And Arrow is the one that started it all, and it's much better than most of these other shows, which I'll talk about later. But next, let's talk about The Flash. You'll know that ever since Season 4, I think it's been going downhill. For, well, the body swapping / bad filler episodes to wasting Cicada or lying about Red Death in Season 5. And then in Season 6, it's increased on that problem. And then all the other mess that I've talked about in the past. Season 7, though, is just ridiculous. It's absolutely cringe. Like, calling each other family when they're not even related. It's just so weird watching a couple of 40-year-olds calling a 30-year-old man daddy. Come on. Who writes this? And that Frost Chilblain fight was weird. And I'm kind of being a little too loud. Still. And then that new dance scene. Well, yeah, there's honestly too much for me to say. And that's a shame because it's still my favorite show to this day. Because the first 3 seasons were great in my opinion. And everything after that was still enjoyable, but still. Not compared to Superman and Lois. Now Supergirl. Now, before some of you who are for some reason fans of the show criticize me, I've only watched good episodes, okay? Like the first 6, a little bit of season 2, and then all the crossover episodes except for Invasion. Anyway. But I heard it's gotten really bad over time with the exception of season 4, where season 1 heard that General Astra and Non turn out to be bad villains, something about sexism toward men, and then other weird stuff. Again, I don't really watch the show to really say it's as bad as most superhero content, but it's just weird that how in season 6, the final season, it has vampires as aliens? What? Okay, why? Anyway, Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know anything about season 6, but for seasons 4 and 5, from what I heard, they just sound pretty bad. Since season 4, they face off against a demon named Neuron at the end, and blast fire at him. Okay. Well, what kind of fight is that? I mean, Cicada got defeated by getting convinced to take the metahuman cure and then replaced by another cicada. That sounds a lot more cooler than that. Then, in season 5, which I don't really know much about, but from what I've heard, something about drama and other stuff like that, not even focusing on the main plot, sounds a lot like Batwoman. Which, now let's talk about that. If it isn't the Abomination, the worst superhero content we've ever had, Batwoman. Well, if you've seen my April Fool's video, you know I absolutely despise that show. Because it brings in race politics, which I don't want to get into. And yeah, I think you get the point. Superman and Lois, though, is way better than all of that. It's the only good show in the Arrowverse now and is currently airing. It actually made Superman cool again, who used to be one of the most popular superheroes back in the day, but then turned out he's pretty underrated only because he's overpowered, but really, it's more than that. In fact, he's not really overpowered. He has weaknesses too. Anyway. And then it takes place in the future where Clark and Lois have kids. And now we know that Captain Luthor was actually a good guy named John Henry Irons. Well, I mean, I think he's more of a villain or anti-hero type of guy, but still, he's cool, wanted to prevent the world from a Kryptonian war, so that way he can prevent Earth Prime from ending up the same way as his Earth. And then, turns out that the real main villain is Morgan Edge, who is Kal-El's brother, and is making artificial Kryptonians out of humans. I know it sounds weird, but if you watch it, you know it's pretty insane. I really like the characters of Jonathan and Jordan. And it just has good story to it, and it really makes me want to watch Smallville eventually, since some of you really want me to watch it. So yeah, too bad that the rest of the Arrowverse is falling apart, and this show is coming to rise. Arrow has ended, and the Flash is dying out because of bad CW writing. And I really hope that the Flash Season 8 will improve, or at least the second half of Season 7 later on. Or Superman and Lois, hoping that it does not go that same direction. And Stargirl too, if I end up enjoying that show and all of that. So, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video, and what you think of my real voice. Do you prefer this or my real voice? And also comment below what videos you want me to make next. Subscribe to my channel, and you know the rest.